Look at this. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
What an office.
Morning, Tom.
Good morning.
Woo.
What an office.
What an office. This is the best. I hate this life. The life of broker. Okay, we're good to go. Yeah, Tom, you're right. What an office this is. Fantastic. I think we, while we're here today, should talk about debunking a few yachting myths. That's what we should do.
Let's do it.
Let's do
Shall I ask the question first?
Let's start that.
Shall I go
Yeah,
first?
yeah, thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
First question. Are you going surfing first or am I?
I think I'll let you go first.
No,
On
right.
that board.
Right, let's debunk some myths. Right. Listing your yacht with multiple brokers is the fastest way to sell.
I have to say that's definitely not the fastest way to sell. You don't get focus from multiple brokers. You might think you are approaching the market from different angles, but they're all going to advertise on the same platforms, they're all going to use the same methods, and effectively you are diluting your yacht in the marketplace. Secondly, you're going to get multiple voices coming back to you, which all owners are busy business people with frantic lives and busy diaries. They don't want lots and lots of phone calls. They don't want lots and lots of emails. They want one point of contact, they want honesty, and they want straightforward business. Simple as that.
There you go. Good answer.
Yeah, thank you.
Good answer.
Okay, I've done it for a little while. I'm going to ask you one now.
Let's do it.
So challenge on. You have to know everything about boats to buy one.
I would say the answer is no, partly because that's why you employ brokers to do a lot of that work for you. I mean, it's always nice. You often find that owners do have a fairly good knowledge about boats.
And it's great if they do.
And it's great if they do. It means that we can work closely with them.
Well, you get to know what they want from the boat more as a broker.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But actually, I'd say the honest answer is no.
Yeah. Great.
Right. Question number 2. Chartering is just for people who can't afford to own.
I'm a big fan of chartering because charter leads to sales, sales leads to charter. So there's a kind of perpetual circle of motion there with regard to chartering. So I don't think at all it's about people can't afford it. There are some circumstances where people want a yacht and the only way they can afford it is through chartering, which you've got to respect as well. But let's face it, there's a great business out there for chartering yachts, both as an owner and as a customer on board yachts. So, it's not just for people who can not afford a yacht. It is there as a great service. And at the end of the day, what a great way to sample being on a yacht before you buy one.
Sure. And becoming increasingly more popular.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
One for you. I'm going to use the wrong word and then the right word
Don't
for
make
this.
it too hard.
I don't know.
Please don't make it too hard.
Okay, finding somewhere to park, my yacht is easy.
Park your
Park your yacht, yeah.
Is that what was on the question?
Yeah.
Finding somewhere to moor your yacht is easy. Well, clearly it depends on lots of different factors. We probably find it slightly more difficult here in Mallorca.
Definitely, yeah.
Because of the popularity of the island. I mean, if you were to go to Menorca in off-season, you'd probably find it slightly easier. So I'd say it depends on lots of factors, the size of the boat, where your preference is to yacht, but often it's a bit of a challenge. But we can help you.
Yeah.
We can certainly help you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. Yeah.
Okay. Is it true that buying a yacht is always stressful and complicated?
Yes. No. Again, it comes down to the situation that you put yourself in. If you want to buy a yacht for tomorrow and you've got to go through a survey and lawyers and agreements and everything, yes, it's stressful. If the broker you choose to buy from, not necessarily you choose to buy with, but you just choose to buy from, wants to be awkward, it can make it more stressful. So again, I come back to it, actually having that intermediary, having that broker working for you takes out a lot of the stress. Irons out the wrinkles of the deal. You then get a kind of a management by exception scenario through the deal, and actually it is a lot smoother that way.
So what you're saying is not always like this?
No, it's not always like this, but you think about, exactly. You think about the buyer though, he's not here. He's in his office or he's traveling the world doing his business. He's running his business, got 50 people barking at him every day. And the call about the boat, he's really looking forward to that, but actually he may not be in the right frame of mind.
Sure.
So other things can make it stressful. It's not just a purchase. So you've almost got, if you have that broker, you iron out the wrinkles, as I said, you get a scheduled progress update call. You're more in control, I would say, than if you do it yourself.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Exactly. One for you. Do I have to be ultra wealthy to own a yacht?
No, No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, typically, I think yachts, the stereotype of yachting is associated with wealth.
And luxury, yeah, exactly.
And luxury.
Yep.
So, I mean, there is an element where that does come into it, but you can have as much fun on a smaller fishing boat, taking it out on the Solent, than you can sat moored off on a 60-metre yacht. Out of the med.
So it's all about the scale.
So I think it's all about scale. Yeah, definitely. It depends what you want from your yachting, and what you want from your experience in general.
Yeah, good answer. Thank you.
New yachts automatically mean fewer problems.
Whoa, well, obviously I don't want to upset any manufacturers and brands here, but the bottom line is that if your yacht is delayed at the shipyard, generally there will be some shortcuts on quality, because the owner wants to go on his boat, got his family plan, got guests planned to come on the yacht, he wants the yacht to be transported, all these other pressures happen buying a new boat. So if the yacht is delayed, then obviously you get to a point where the problems become stronger and stronger and stronger. If the quality is not done correctly, then obviously those reflect in later use in life. If you plan a new yacht, i.e. if you give contingent time and you work hard with the surveyor, then you're going to iron out a lot of those problems in advance. Again, timing. Yeah. Timing's a strong thing now, come back to that. So you iron out those problems. But inevitably, when you buy a brokerage boat, you are buying a boat that's had those problems ironed out.
Sure.
But you're also buying someone else's problems. So wherever you go in those two scenarios, okay, a surveyor is a great way of checking the quality and identifying the issues when you buy it, whether it's brokerage or new. Okay, and then it's up to you what fits your budget, what you prefer to do, and how you want to run it.
It's pretty situational dependent.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. My yacht is in great condition. It should sell really quickly. How about that one, Tom?
Again, I think there's lots of different factors that can come into it. The condition of the boat is probably one of the most important aspects. If the boat isn't in good condition, then you were going to have to try and accustom on an actual sales price, probably.
Yep.
I think at the end of the day, every boat comes at a cost. So if the boat isn't in the best condition, or clearly we would always advise the owner to upkeep it as much as possible, do the maintenance checks.
Yep.
If the boat can facilitate a crew, have a crew on board that can be giving you updates and go through the maintenance program. So I don't think it necessarily leads to a quicker sale, because if the price isn't correct, then we're going to have to think about a bit of a different plan.
Yeah.
I paid 2 million for my yacht back in 2018, and I want 1.8 million back to me when I sell.
It's 2025, nearly 2026, sir. I'm sorry, we're not going to get that. That's my answer. You've got to be honest about these things. You know, money is a very serious thing. These people who buy their boats work hard to afford their boats.
Sure.
So the level of investment they've put in is important to them. However, it's a yacht. It's a leisure investment. It's not a financial investment. You know, you've got to look at where the market is. You've got to look at tools that us brokers use to value the yacht. And these people have to take advice. You know, they have to understand that, you know, there is a marketplace for everything. It's the same as their car. You know, they're going to lose money on the car. They're going to lose money on the yacht. They need to invest their time on the yacht, having a good time, to justify it. As simple as that.
Sure. Cool.
So sorry, Tom, your yacht's not worth 1.8. Back to you.
I wish I had a boat for 1.8 million, Spencer.
You don't? You're not my friend anymore. Okay, a real kind of statement about the running costs of a yacht, this one. So
cool.
The cost to run a yacht is roughly 10% of its value per year.
What do I think? Well, I think even if you're not in yachting, you tend to know that saying.
Yes.
So it must mean something, and I think it does. I think it's a good starting point to give yourself a bit of a plan. But depends on the size of the boat, the usage of the boat.
Yeah.
For example, if an owner's sat in Monaco in one of the marinas and they've got 10 crew, for example, the costs of that, you're going to be pushing the boundary of that 10%.
Yeah.
So I think bearing that in mind, if you've got a smaller boat and you're using it potentially slightly less, then you can still use the 10% rule as a bit of a rule of thumb.
Yeah, exactly. It's good guidance, isn't it?
100% good guidance.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else I could add?
I just think, you know, yes, it is exactly the right thing to do, but it depends what you're doing with your yacht.
Yeah.
If you're living on it and you're using it every day, and you're living on it in Monaco or Portals,
yeah.
you know, you are pushing the boundaries of that 10%.
Yeah.
You know, you're creeping over it. However, as a budget, I think it's a really good number. And in a way, it's one of those things where, you know, if you can allocate 10% of the boat value to your usage and you're using it well, you're getting the most out of your yacht.
When ordering a new boat, they always arrive on time.
Boom!
And I'm sure you've dealt with this a few times.
Many times. Okay, so, and there have been a lot of factors recently. I mean, if you look back quite a few years now, you feel like it's over your shoulder. Back at COVID,
Yes.
for example, yachts were delayed by a year. And that had the ongoing effect of bits of boats were delayed for a long time, so that delayed boats again.
Yeah.
But in essence, you know, shipyards are shipyards. They will give you a date because they need the cash flow from the yacht. They need to be clear of production lines and out of their hands at a certain time. They need the money coming in. However, I would say shipyards are usually, I'm being pessimistic, and again, I don't want to upset shipyards, but I'm just being honest. Shipyards are normally optimistic about their delivery times, and it pays to be pessimistic. And if you can build some contingency time inside the plan for the new yacht, i.e. you can have it 2 to 3 months earlier, you can really ensure that time delay doesn't affect your yachting plans, your family plans, flight plans, etc., then that's the best way around this. Get the boat early, get it on the mooring, get it set up, because it will take some time to bed in, as well as the delay at the beginning.
Okay, final question. Buying a yacht is like buying a house.
Your house doesn't move. Your house hopefully isn't sat in seawater, because that'd be a bit of an issue. Your house is subject to being in the sun, the rain, the winds, etc., as a boat is. But a boat is composite, is sometimes painted. So the materials that are used on a boat are probably a bit more susceptible to weather damage, and obviously the effect of salt water in wind is quite a strong eroding factor. So, you know, when you're looking at the quality of a boat gets affected where it is a lot more than a building. And that obviously has an intrinsic value effect on its value as well. So buying a boat is a lot different to buying a house. You want a survey on each, but the surveyor on a boat has to go into a lot more detail about hull condition, about engine condition, about drive systems, about oil leaks, about, you know, yes, you've got air conditioning in a house, you've got air conditioning in a boat, navigation equipment, a lot more electronics. There is a lot, a boat is a very complex piece of equipment, needs a lot more care, and that's where the survey, for whether it's a new boat or a used boat, is so important.
Understood. What about if your boat is your house? Which is common.
Yeah, it is indeed. Yeah, we were on a boat yesterday with where they live on board. At the end of the day, you know, again, you've got something that's sat in those elements. But buying that boat to live on, you've got to think about domesticity.
Absolutely.
You've got to think about the things that you have at home. Dishwasher. I mentioned aircon. You know, heating to a certain extent. You want heating outside. Not every med boat, for example, has heating outside. But if you live on it in the winter, you want to use the outside areas. You probably want some sort of lower level heating. So, you know, there's a lot to consider if you're going to live on a boat.
Really interesting, yeah.
And the other thing is space and storage. Space and storage, so important if you're living on a boat.
Well, just as that sun comes up, blinding me.
Yep.
I'm out of questions. Are you had questions?
I'm out of questions, yeah.
Cool.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Ready? Speedos or long shorts?
Off the back. Speedos, always.
Good man.
Beach or skiing?
Skiing. Burger or pizza?
Pizza. Roast or paella?
Oh, good question. Roast.
Probably same.
Sailboat or motorboat?
Motorboats.
Okay.
Seabob or flightboard?
Flightboard every day.
Yeah.
Yep. Bum or boobs?
Cut. Lunch anchor or beach club?
Woo! Lunch anchor.
Tough one.
Okay. Chicken or the egg?
Chicken. Duran Duran or Spandau Ballet?
Duran Duran.
That was a quick answer.
All the way.
You knew who you were going
They're
for.
great, but they're excellent.
Hello. Dogs or cats?
Cats.
They can't say that now.
Early morning run or late night dance floor?
Early morning run every day of the week.
Tom, it's been an absolutely average time.
We can't do this.
Sorry.
We can't do this all day, can we?
No, we can't. You know what? We can't, can we? We better go and make some money and do some work. What'd you say?
Let's do it.
Been a pleasure.
Thanks, Spence.
Thank you, mate.
Enjoyed it.
Adios.
Ciao.